Rob woke up, like he always does at the start of dramatic intros.
What?
He said.
Huh?
Rob is confused.
Why are you saying this? They can clearly see what's going on.
Rob begins to get angry at the narrator.
Can you stop, please?
He said angrily.
The Grand Budapest Hotel tells the story in a flashback of Jude Law, who wrote a novel about the titular hotel. Whilst there, he meets the owner called Zero, and they have dinner as we enter another flashback to hear his whole story going from lobby boy to the owner of the damn thing. Then a bunch of other stuff happens. It also stars Voldemort, Adrian Brody, Willem Dafoe, Jeff Goldblum, Harvey Keitel, Bill Murray, Edward Norton, and Owen Wilson. Pretty good lineup.
Very good.
The planning of the story began all the way back in 2006 when director Wes Anderson came up with an 18-page script with Hugo Guinness, who he often worked alongside. They managed to come out with a 12-minute long cut of the film, but they were unable to think of a sequence of events to advance the story. I can tell.
I beg your pardon?
Anderson soon became fascinated with Austrian novelist Stefan Zweig's work, particularly his portrayal of 20th century Vienna. He was inspired to have a historical pastiche with an alternate timeline, combined with pre-World War II European history. The final screenplay was finished in just 6 weeks. Obviously, the cast was the major selling point, bringing in many who have worked with Anderson in the past. Edward Norton and Bill Murray signed on as soon as they read the script. Oh sure, but it takes the latter about 30 years to agree to Ghostbusters 3.
That's all for now.
Angela Lansbury was also involved originally, but had to drop out due to other commitments. The movie was mostly shot at the empty 20th century Gorlitzer Warenhaus, a vacant department store. Anderson even considered buying the property to stop it from being demolished.
People fear they won't get what they want.
The Grand Budapest Hotel premiered at the 64th Annual Berlin International Film Festival on February the 6th, 2014, where it won the Silver Bear Grand Jury Prize, and it was a huge box office success. It ended up earning $172.9 million worldwide, becoming the 46th highest grossing film that year, but Wes Anderson's most successful film to this day. Of course, critics adored it, as BBC picked it as one of the greatest films in the 21st century, loving it for its craftsmanship and zany adventure story, in addition to its star-studded cast. It even has George Clooney as an uncredited extra. Look! There he is!
Thank you most kindly, sir.
It went on to be nominated for 9 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director, but it only won Best Original Score, Best Production Design, Best Makeup and Hairstyling, and Best Costume Design. But how is it? Well, let's take a look. The Grand Budapest Hotel. Wait. Why is that there? Did someone f*** up the projector reel? Oh great, this movie was literally made by a f***ing paintbrush.
People think the writer's imagination is always at work, that he's constantly inventing an endless supply of incidents and episodes, that he simply dreams up his stories out of thin air.
Who has ever said that about any writer, ever? Okay, so I am forever baffled by the fact that film schools constantly teach techniques to avoid doing, and yet every art house film ever continues to use these techniques and they're praised as being masterpieces. I don't get it. There's so much narration, and don't get me wrong, sometimes it's fine as it explains the backstory of the character, but then...
Who's this interesting old fellow? I inquired of Monsieur Jean. To my surprise, he was distinctly taken aback.
Don't you know?
He asked.
Don't you recognize him?
What was the point in that? We can literally see what's going on. Why are you telling us what you're doing? They even used his voiceover to explain how the character's feeling, which could easily be portrayed through the magical art of acting.
He often comes and stays a week or more. 3 times a year at least, but never in the season.
Monsieur Jean signaled to me and I leaned closer.
Why are you telling us this? Why are there so many moments of pointless narration? You're telling us things that are clearly on the screen. Is this for the visually impaired? And some people have said, oh, it's just Wes Anderson's style. That's not a defense. Oh, you don't like a drag queen eating dog shit off the floor? Well, sucks to be you. It's John Waters' style, you know.
Why do you want to be a lobby boy?
It's better than acting in an overrated movie. Yeah, I said it. It's not that good. Come at me.
This was also when I met Agatha. But we won't discuss that.
Yeah, it might actually be interesting. Oh no, Agatha's dead. Literally 90 seconds after we were introduced to her. Conflict! Alright, we do spend more time with Agatha throughout the film through flashbacks, but the movie is constantly moving and in a way that just leaves you confused. There's films like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind or Memento where it's a complex film to the point you notice more and more things each time you watch it, but here the film is just confusing and almost needs you to watch it more than once, which defeats the purpose. If you have to watch a movie more than one time to enjoy it, it doesn't do its job. It's also incredibly boring to me. I watched the first half an hour and then started it all over again because I was so bored I wasn't sure I caught it all. But even then, I still don't really know. I watched this movie yesterday and I don't remember anything from it. Zero is the only character I remember, which is amazing considering the immense number of stars involved.
There's really no point in doing anything in life because it's all over in the blink of an eye. And the next thing you know, rigor mortis sets in. Oh, how the good die young.
It's a happy film.
She was dynamite in the sack, by the way.
Okay, that was funny.
She was 84, Monsieur Gustave.
I've had older.
Ew.
Now, wait a minute. Sit down, Zero. His papers are in order. I cross-referenced them myself with the Bureau of Labour and Servitude. You can't arrest him simply because he's a bloody immigrant.
This isn't America, you know.
This criminal has plagued my family for nearly 20 years. He's a ruthless adventurer and a con artist who preys on mentally feeble, sick old ladies. And he probably them, too.
Uh-oh.
I go to bed with all my friends.
Oh, God. It's Michael Jackson's defense. That was funny. What is going on? Oh, God, it's the Green Goblin.
If I learn you ever once laid a finger on my mother's body, living or dead, I swear to God I'll cut your throat. You hear me?
I thought I was supposed to be a
You are, but you're bisexual.
Alright, I'll give him that. I love that line.
By order of the Commissioner of Police, Subroca Province, I hereby place you under arrest for the murder of Madame Celine Villeneuve de Goffin-Taxis.
I knew there was something fishy. We never got the cause of death. She's been murdered. And you think I did it.
Alright, this film does have some really funny moments.
In the small hours of the evening of 19 October, an individual well known to the House and staff, a Monsieur Gustave H., did arrive at the de Goffin-Taxis residence in Lutz.
My God, Goldblum is clearly reading this. He doesn't seem to even give a shit. Just think about that. This was before he gave no effort in Independence Day. He just couldn't care less. There's no effort, no emotion, nothing. I'm just spending most of this movie wondering what the is going on. It's just unstructured and all over the place, which obviously means it's art and not that it's a complete mess. And remember, if it's an art film, you are not allowed to find it boring. Yes, because remember, style is much more important than actual legitimate viewing entertainment. Oh look, it's Harvey Keitel. You know, I just can't help but feel they forked out all the cash for the stars and then someone was like, I was thinking, right, we just take all these names, we take like Bill Murray, Willem Dafoe, Owen Wilson, Jeff Goldblum, Edward Norton, Adrian Brody, we just put them all into one movie. Jude Law, Kermit the Frog, Queen Elizabeth, Michael Jordan, a chair, and the Deirdre from Coronation Street, just put them all in one movie, all together. Matt, that sounds amazing! What are the characters like? What do you mean, characters?
Are you ill, Mr. Mustafa? I finally asked.
Oh, dear me, no.
He said.
It's only that I don't know how to proceed.
He was crying.
Stop narrating everything! We can see what's going on! Rob fails to understand art. F*** off! It's right there! What? You were literally telling us what we're watching!
He was crying.
9 Oscars! We were sitting down. He had a beard. I wore glasses. I suddenly got a wedgie. We wore clothes. I breathed. I then exhaled. We made a really shitty movie.
I suggest that we immediately bring this matter to the attention of the municipal inspector so that there can be absolutely no question of impropriety at any future date.
This is literally the entire movie. Everybody talks really calmly with long drawn-out lines with long words. It's the whole film. It's every performance.
This stinks, sister.
Okay, I take it back. This movie's amazing.
Okay.
He stole a painting. It's very valuable, maybe 5 million Klubecks, in fact. I don't know if anyone's even noticed it's missing it, but if something should happen to me and Mr. Gustav...
You steal art?
Yes, so don't worry, this movie's safe.
Go to sleep.
Just give him this DVD. Should do the trick.
What a bloody idiot I am. Pathetic fool. Goddamn selfish b****. This is disgraceful and it's beneath the standards of the Grand Budapest.
Oh my god. Just get on with it! I don't give a flying, rotting egg mixed with Bill Clinton's turd! Just move on!
Where you headed, mister?
New York, I must find Spider-Man! I feel so bad for them. They're trying to be all intense, but I lost interest about half an hour ago. Just end! I guess this snow slide looks cool, even though they clearly stole it from the N64 Star Wars Pod Racer video game. If only any of this had a point.
If this to be the end, farewell, cried the wounded piper boy. Whilst the muskets cracked and the yeomen roared hurrah and the ramparts fell. Methinks me breathes me last, me fears, said he. Holy shit, you've got him!
A man just got shoved off a cliff to his death. And I'm bored!
I say we steal that sick maniac's motorcycle, go fetch Agatha, take back Boy with that ball, and head for the Maltese Riviera once and for all.
And then we go find a much better screenplay.
The beginning of the end of the end of the beginning has begun.
Well, it's about time!
Have you seen the pastry girl with a package under her arm in the last minute and a half?
Yep. She just got on the elevator with Mr. Goff from Taxis.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Otto, sir. The new lobby boy?
Well, you haven't been trained properly, Otto. Lobby boy never provides information of that kind. You're a stone wall, understood?
Okay, that was funny. God, even the composer got bored and thought, F it.
I'm gonna blast your candy ass once and for all right now.
Yeah, even with a gun, Adrian Brody is one of the least intimidating people ever.
An important newspaper syndicate. And perhaps you've already deduced, this very institution, the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Roll credits!
What happened in the end?
The movie ended! It's just boring. Sure, visually it's incredibly well made and the acting is great, as is the star lineup. But that's all it has going for itself. Isn't the point of a movie to entertain? The film is all over the place, the characters are forgettable, and the story lacks and is just a chore to sit through. Entertainment value is kind of an important thing too, guys. This movie clearly did well, and I'm glad that others got something out of it, but it just wasn't for me.
Gotta make sure the bed's made for when you wake up, because apparently people make the bed in their sleep.
No, but like, you had the quilt the wrong way. Like,
Who? Oh yes, that's gonna get a dislike.
well, the butterflies were the wrong way.
I'm going out with Monica.